What's going on, folks? PokeDegen here. Today we're going to be talking about the best Pokemon cards to pick up right now. First up, we have the Pikachu Full Art from Vivid Voltage. This card is going for around $15 to $16, which is essentially within 10% of its all-time low. We can see its all-time low was about $13.50 in October of last year. I also love the fact that there's only 60 near mint copies, so not low enough where you're going to see the premium go crazy just yet, but it's definitely starting to head that way. And once we start getting to 40 to 50 near mint copies, we're really going to see the premium on this Pikachu pick up. So I definitely love the play of picking up one of the most iconic Pokemon in full art form when there's not that many full art versions of it, while it's within striking distance of its all-time low, and we see that quantity of cards starting to head below 50 near mint copies, which I really like for the future of this card. Additionally, I love this play because it's the fourth set of Sword and Shield, so a very small chance of this being reprinted because it's coming up on 3 years since release. So all in all, Pikachu decreasing quantity, great entry point within the all-time low, just a really good play in my opinion to hold years down the line. If you guys appreciate content like this, go ahead and click the subscribe button. Now, if you do want a little bit cheaper of a Pikachu V full art play, because like I said, there isn't many Pikachu V full arts, so I think they're all pretty good pickups if you can get them at their all-time lows. I do like this artwork a little bit less than the one I first mentioned, but still a nice little Pikachu V full art. And if we look at the chart here, we can see this is also hitting an all-time low, potentially after that Brilliant Stars reprint. So I think a very good time to pick them up right now. People are picking up like crazy. The downside to this is there is 180 listings, so a massive amount of these cards on the market right now. So if you do pick it up, you're probably going to have to hold it for a while. I do like the one from Vivid Voltage so much because there's only 15 near mint copies. Probably my favorite play on the list, we have the Kyurem EX Full Art from Ancient Origins. 8 years old right now, coming up on a decade. Very old set. I love this play because there's two other Kyurem Full Arts, and one of them is around 3 to 4 years older than this, and it's going for $80, and the other one is around $30, and it's around the same age as this, okay? We're talking about a monster legendary Pokemon in one of the most beloved eras of Pokemon, the Black and White era, and we can still pick this card up at $8 while we have two counterparts going for $30 plus. I think the most significant piece of information on this card is that there's only 15 near mint copies on TCG Player. That's correct. Only 15, okay? And you can pick this up on TCG Player in near mint condition around $8 to $11, okay? So a very reasonable price in my opinion when we're talking about an 8-year-old Pokemon card. In a few years, this set will be a decade old, and you can still pick it up for the 8 to 11 mark when we have its counterparts going for around 3 to 4x of that, if not more. I think a very underpriced card right here. A very beautiful artwork, just a legendary roaming the night skies. All in all, just an amazing play to pick up this Kyurem at $8 to $10 right now. And you only have to hold for 2 to 3 years, and your asset will essentially be 10 to 11 years old. I really love those plays where you can still find value in something very old. Next up, we have the Celebi V alternate art from Fusion Strike. Just an absolutely beautiful card if you ever pulled it in person. Just a phenomenal card on a legendary Pokemon. And this is one of the most iconic Pokemon in the history of the TCG. Just a very beloved Pokemon, has many expensive cards and many desirable cards. Doesn't really get the most artworks, so when we do see a phenomenal artwork like this, a first of its kind alternate art, off that factor alone, just an automatic pickup in my opinion. Not including just how beautiful this artwork is, just the frozen trees, the trees in the background, just Celebi bringing life to the area. Pokemon Company just hit it out of the park with this card. If we look at the chart right here, we can see the all-time low is around $20 to $21, and right now this card is going for around $23 to $24. Maybe a little price drop because of those stolen Fusion Strike cards we saw get posted around the community. Maybe some other factors, but there is many listings of this card. There's around 100 total listings of this card, so probably around 70 to 80 near mint copies of this card on TCG Player. So not a ton of them, but also not a little bit. Starting to hit that decreasing quantity and supply. So yeah, folks, this is already a top 10 most expensive Celebi card, and considering the scarcity and quality of Celebi cards that we have received, I think that's definitely saying something. That this card is already in the top 10. It is not out of print. It hasn't even hit 5 years old yet. I really like it being within 10% of its all-time low. And I love that there's only 80 near mint copies on TCG Player because we're starting to see that quantity and supply trickle down, and that's definitely going to be where you can see the premium. And to get into an all-time low entry point just further solidifies this as a play in my opinion. Finally, I'm going to talk about the Charizard V Full Art from Brilliant Stars. Nothing really needs to be said. I mean, the king of the Pokemon TCG, Charizard, just a phenomenal artwork. There isn't many Charizard Full Arts. There's a tons of Charizard cards, but not many Full Arts. We do know of some other Full Art Charizard cards that are going for crazy amounts, like the one from Flashfire. It's essentially just like a red version of this. A little different angle and whatnot, but I think this artwork is very similar to the Flashfire artwork. Exactly the same, but the caliber of artwork, I would definitely give the edge to the Flashfire. But to pick up this card at $23, $24 in artwork of that caliber in the same stratosphere, I think definitely a good play. If we look at the chart right here, we can see that the all-time low is around $23, $24, and right now you can pick this card up for around $25 to $26. So within that 7 to 10% range of the all-time low, really like picking up an entry point within 10% of the all-time low on the king of the Pokemon TCG. Brilliant Stars just got a small reprint or restock, whatever you want to call it. People were calling it a reprint. That's why we do see a little downfall from around the $29 to $30 range within the last month or two, possibly because of that reprint. So again, in my opinion, I just view that as an opportunity, okay? About $6 to $7 off of that $30 point that we were just at a month ago, which I really like. We're hitting the all-time lows of a Charizard card, particularly of a full art when there's not that many Charizard full arts, and you can pick it up at an all-time low. It will do amazing in the long term, considering the artwork, considering you can pick it up at an all-time low still, coming up on 2 years after release. And I also love the fact that there's less than 100 near mint copies. That's still an abundance of near mint copies, I'm not gonna lie. Once we start hitting that 100 range and we start to dip below that on an artwork of this magnitude, on a Pokemon of this magnitude, I definitely think that's a good thing. If you can hold with a long-term mindset, I think picking up this card at its all-time low will definitely pay off. Thanks for watching, folks. I really try to include cards that have the best probability of going up, considering that the time volatility has already taken place for many of them across an extended period of years. They're either legendaries or powerhouses in the Pokemon TCG or both. I think these are all very good factors to help build up your little Poke bankroll with these small little plays. But thanks for watching again. Have a good weekend, stay safe, and take care.